And welcome back to Bender. American with a 20-12 win over Ohio in their final duel of the season. Joined now by head coach Teague Moore. And Teague, again, your guys had a nice outing against George Mason. We talked about this one tonight before the match. You said, look, winnable match for us, but these guys from Ohio, we kind of put it on them last year, going to be ready. How do you think your guys responded to the challenge of the Bobcats?
I think overall we responded well. I don't think we got the start that we were looking for.
Yep.
There were a lot of matches that went different directions for both of us tonight. I think Ohio got some wins they didn't expect it, and we got some wins that we didn't expect. So exciting. In the big takeaway is this is a really tough time of the year to make sure that you're getting up for these type of events, and the guys did. They rose to the occasion, and I'm really happy for our three seniors.
Yeah, let's start there with those three seniors where Eckert, Kasnick, and Dempsey kind of finished things off for you. Yeah. And, again, all three guys kind of winning in different ways. Talk about their performance.
So Michael Eckert, just a really gritty win. Again, he's found a way these last couple of weeks to keep himself in matches, and then he's finding his best positions. And tonight was another great example of it. Jarek went out in dominant fashion again, and I think the one tough thing for Jarek was he was so set on trying to get that fall, and his opponent came out and was coached to make sure that he didn't give a fall away. So that's really tough when you're the athlete that's trying to put the big points on the board for your team. And then lastly, Brett Dempsey, I mean, what else can you say? Closes out with a heavyweight-style win in a way that Brett has been progressively getting better at here at the end of season. I'm just so happy for those three guys that they did what they did.
And I think you have to wonder, that's going to be a heck of a picture. I hope he gets of that blood kind of streaming down his face and celebrating the victory as it was a hard-fought one as we see it right here. Obviously, how smart of it is it a play right there to go ahead and make sure he gets those 2 points?
You know, when the opponent stood up and we were locking hands, in lighter weights, you can expect that your guy's going to mat return him and lift him and mat return him. At 285, you can't expect a mat return. But Brett did a really good job of picking the one area that he was probably going to be able to get that close to the edge and finish, and he gets the victory.
Couple more with Teague Moore. Eric Hong with a nice performance, getting that win so late in the match. Does that show a little bit of maybe over-expertise from a freshman to say something that maybe a normal freshman might not be able to get a win like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's showing that this one season of college wrestling, we talked about this last week. He was just in high school last year. He has learned this season what it's going to take to win the close matches in college, and it came down to it tonight. The message that we'll have with Eric is you took one explosive hard shot and you got the takedown. What happens if we do that in the first period, the second period, and the third period? We can probably open our matches up. So a really good, gritty win, showing some maturity, and I appreciate it.
And Teague, you got a week off, and you start prepping for EIWAs. What's the message for the guys moving forward?
So with this group of young men that we have, we've done a couple of training cycles that are really similar to what's coming up. We have a weekend off, and then we have that week heading into EIWAs. With where we're at right now, physically, we're pretty good. We're coming out of a little bit of a flu bug. There were a couple of guys wrestling tonight that weren't 100% this week, but they got on the mats and they got the job done. So we're happy with that, but this next phase is really about getting one last push, trying to sharpen ourselves. We need a little bit more work on the cardio. There were a couple matches we looked tired, but I think some of that had to do with the lingering flu bug that's been around. But we'll use this week to get one last push, and then the last week is taper into EIWAs.
Awesome, Teague. Well, I apologize for the operator error on turning your mic button off. So,
no problem.
Have your wrestlers on. Sometimes they don't remember about the headsets. Of course, I didn't remember either, but this guy's always a pro. Teague Moore, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.